Well, hello everyone, welcome to another planty video. It is me, Desiree, and today I thought it would be really fun to follow up on my wish list plant video from last year. So last year I put up a video talking about some plants I would really love to own one day, and I was gonna kind of try to find them naturally, hopefully. Some I did buy online, some I bought in person at different stores, and I just thought I would check in with that video and share with you whether or not the houseplants that I found were even worth it. Because sometimes a plant looks so cool from afar, or you see it in someone's house or in their video, and you just really want it, but you don't really know how to take care of it. You don't know how it's gonna do in your house. You just want it. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of follow up with that video and show you the plants I found and whether or not they were actually worth buying and being on my wish list. So the first plant on the wish list is this one that's right here. This is an Alocasia Pink Dragon. Look how tall this thing has gotten. This is a plant that was in the thumbnail of that video, and I did find this for $5 at the grocery store at Smith's. I'm pretty sure it was on clearance only because the pot that it was in was broken, but the plant was brand new, so I don't really know why else it was on clearance. Look how big this leaf has gotten. I love it so much, and I feel like when I first got this, it didn't have these little cuts right here. They were really rounded off. So I thought it was a different kind of plant, and someone actually mentioned in a comment on that video that it was something else, but now I think it's a pink dragon just because the leaves have really started developing this like V shape there. This is a very easy Alocasia, very easy going. I regularly let this one get all the way dry, usually just because I kind of forget about it because it's just so easy. I do have it on the table that I have here in my room with all my Alocasias on it, so it gets as much light as possible. It does get some direct sun rays through the window in the afternoon, and during the summer this plant just thrived and thrived and thrived. I love this one a lot, 100% worth it, and one of my easiest Alocasias as well. And such a good find for $5. Okay, the next plant is the Alocasia Silver Dragon. And I did end up finding this one at the grocery store at Smith's as well. One of you guys actually left me a comment saying you saw it there, so I went right away and I bought 2 of them. And then a few weeks later, I found another one at the grocery store. It was like 2 for $5 or something like that, so I bought it again. And I kind of hate that plant. I don't like it at all. I would not buy it again in a million years. It was just so difficult. I don't know what the heck was happening, because at first it was doing great. It was flowering and everything, but all of the leaves would get like soft on the edges and like roll up, get brown, and then the leaf would just crisp up and fall off. But I feel like I was watering it fine. I wasn't letting it get all the way dry. I was kind of treating it the way I do my other Alocasias, but that one seemed to just not like life at all. I thought it would be very similar to a Maharani Alocasia, and I have one of those, and it's one of the easiest ones that I have. But the Silver Dragon was so difficult for me. Every single one of those plants died, and I actually mentioned it recently in my video called Plants I'm Sick of, or I'm sick of these plants. I showed it all dead in that video. Don't like that one at all. For me, it wasn't worth the hype. It wasn't worth the money or the trouble. Wouldn't buy it again, ever. The next one, oh, snake plant, a Bantel Sensation. Let me go grab it. So I never used to like snake plants all that much because I just found them kind of boring because they're so low maintenance. But now I realize how great they are, how much structure they add to your house, and I love them a lot now. And this is one oh my gosh, I wanted this so badly because the way that the leaves are, it's just a lot like slimmer and slender. It has this beautiful striping on the leaves. I just think it's so beautiful. It's like a light silvery green color. Just a really beautiful snake plant, and I did buy this online from Cactus Club. I saw it go on their website and I was like, I really wanted to try to find these plants in person, but I've never seen this in person even since then, so I was so glad I bought it. I think it was $18, and I love it. It's super easy. I've watered it a couple of times since I've had it. It's doing really well in this terracotta pot, and it's a beautiful plant. Love it so much. 100% would buy that again if I saw it in person because it's so beautiful. Just a little bit different than your usual strappy leaved snake plant. Really nice, and it does have like a nice bumpy texture too on the leaves. Like you just kind of want to keep touching it. It's the best of everything. I love this plant. Okay, the next plant was the ZZ Zenzi, and I found this at I think it was Star Nursery in Las Vegas, Nevada. I went there for a concert to see Katy Perry, and we happened to stay in a hotel that was right next to that nursery. Like, I walked over there, it was right across the fence. So I saw this there, and it was labeled incorrectly as a peperomia, but it was, I think this one was also $18. I freaked out when I saw it because I've never seen this in real life before. Let me show you on this side so you could see it a little more against the white wall. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the pattern that this grows in. It's just like this spiraled leaf, and every leaf is like a little step. They're really thick and succulent-like. I think this is an absolute work of art. I put it in a pot that I bought at Target last year during like springish time. They put out a lot of pots that were $5 and they're really nice quality too. And I put it in there. It sits on my baker's rack in my kitchen, and it's just a nice piece of living art. Love this so, so much, and I haven't seen it around since. I've only seen it the one time. They did start carrying it at a local nursery here, but they're tiny. They're about 2 to 4 leaves each, like they're really, really small, and that would take forever to grow this big. So I think if you find a big one of these, grab the size you want because it's really, really slow grower, at least in my experience. But love this so much. Loved it. Totally, totally worth the hype. And totally worth being on a wish list. Where can I put it? What's my next one? So the next 2 plants I didn't find. The spiral cactus, still on the hunt for that, and I'm still on the hunt for a variegated string of pearls. I want a variegated string of pearls so bad. I was gonna bang my hand on the desk. I just want it so, so badly. I'm doing really well with my regular string of pearls that I just know I'll do good with it. I want one so bad, but I haven't found it yet. But let me put this away and grab the next plant. So the next plant on the list was string of turtles. I did try this out a couple of times. I don't have it here to show you because it's no longer with us. I don't remember where I bought them at, but I remember one of them was clearance, but I don't remember where I bought it at, but I do know it was clearance. That's all I remember. And this plant was very, very tricky. I thought I could treat it the same as like regular peperomia, like just kind of feel the leaves, a little bit like a Hoya, like let it dry out, wait till the leaves get a little soft, and then give it some water. But this one wasn't the same, really. It was really, really difficult for me. Some of you guys left comments on my videos when I talked about it, and I tried your tips, but I think the plant was already too far gone. I wouldn't buy that plant again. I like to admire it. I like when someone else has one, or I see it at the store, and I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. But it's a plant that I'm happy exists, but it's not for me. Not for me. Not gonna buy it again. And then the next plant, oh, this plant made me angry. The variegated Hoya carnosa compacta. This little beauty right here. I was so excited when I found this. I found it at a local nursery, and this nursery has like the poles hanging from the ceiling with that ton of hanging baskets on them. So it's kind of easy to kind of not even see them, especially if you're a shorty like me. And I was looking at all the Hoyas hanging, and I saw the compacta one, and I saw little white on the edges, and I was like, oh, a Hoya carnosa variegated. Oh my God, I was so excited. I lost my mind. I thought I was gonna drop all the other plants I had. Picked it up immediately. I got all of them down, and I set them up on the ground, and I was going over every one to make sure I got the perfect, biggest, most beautiful one. Brought it home, I showed it in a video, and it just slowly started just dwindling down. It just didn't do well. Every little cluster, every little tendril turned yellow, would die off, fall off, fall off. And I did show this in my video that I did called Plants I'm Sick Of. I showed it in that video too, and I ended up just throwing that thing out. All of it was yellow, not worth the money for me. I'm very happy with my regular green Carnosa compacta. That one's doing really well. It's even getting a little bit long. That one I love. The variegated one just did not work for me at all. I would not buy it again, and it wasn't worth the money or the trouble for me at all. Wouldn't buy that again in a million years. And then the last plant on the list here is Domino Peace Lily. And I found it. I could not believe that I found a Domino Peace Lily in real life. My hair looks funny like that, like I have a short little bob or something. Anyway, I found this at Trader Joe's for $5.99. It was just sitting on the floor. Like, it was by the plant area, but it looked like someone took it off the shelf and left it on the ground. And I was looking at the plants, and I turn and I see it, and I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. You know what it's like when you see a wish list plant in real life and you weren't expecting to find it? I was so excited. I picked it up and I was like, $5.99. There was only one. I was so beside myself, and I love this plant. I love it so, so much. It's beautiful. And I don't know why they call it domino peace lily, but it has some very beautiful variegation on it. So it's got a lot of white chunks on it. This one here's got a lot of beautiful white on it, but most of the leaves just have a nice varied amount of colors, whether it's light green, white, dark green variegation, little like marbling. So not only is the variegation beautiful, but the leaves have a wonderful texture to them. They're not your typical smooth peace lily leaf. They're very bumpy and rigid. It's just got everything you want in a plant. It's also very, very easy to take care of, just like all peace lilies. I put it in one of these Costa Farms planters just because it kind of fit in perfectly. As you can see, it likes the light. It's all going this way towards the light. I have this sitting on my coffee table in my front room, and I keep meaning to turn it so it'll grow that way and kind of fill out a little evenly. But it's growing a leaf right there, another plant thriving away in winter, another leaf growing right there, and it's just beautiful. It does have your typical peace lily issues, like the tips of the leaves sometimes get this brown stuff on it. So what I have found is that that happens more when you let it get too dry and stay too dry for too long. Like the peace lily likes to stay a little bit moist, but I tend to kind of treat it like my other plants and I forget it sometimes, so it does get those brown tips, but it does not take away from how beautiful and what a stunner this plant is. I love it so much. 100% would recommend it, especially if you like peace lilies already. It's a beautiful plant. I think it'd make a great gift as well. A little bit hard to find for me. I've never seen another one since I found one that day, but I 100% would buy another one if I saw it, especially for $5.99 at Trader Joe's. So those are all the plants that I wrote down on my wish list, but throughout the year there was always an extra one I really, really wanted that I just kept in my heart. But those are the ones I wrote down on the wish list in that video, and these are all my follow-ups. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any of these plants. What has your experience been? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss my next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.